She smiled sweetly, her hand resting protectively on her rounded belly, as the room erupted in applause from friends and family. Then she turned her gaze to me, shrugged, and delivered the line that shattered everything: "Some women just aren't cut out for motherhood." I stood there, frozen like a statue in that over-the-top country club ballroom, the little gift box clutched in my hands like a lifeline, while inside, a whisper of fury ignited. "You'll regret this," I thought. But I kept my face neutral, the way I'd trained myself over years of courtroom battles. My name is Emily Harper, and at 38, I've carved out a life that screams success to anyone looking in from the outside. I'm a corporate attorney at a mid-sized firm in Chicago, where partners praise my razor-sharp negotiations and my ice-cool demeanor in high-stakes depositions. My condo overlooks Millennium Park, furnished with sleek modern pieces that reflect the ordered solitude I've embraced. People say I've got it all figured out: a six-figure salary, a network of influential contacts, the kind of stability that comes from grinding through law school on scholarships and night shifts as a legal assistant. But success? That's a loaded word. In my family, it means something far different: marriage, kids, the white picket fence dream. I'm the oldest, the one who stepped up when Dad bailed after the divorce, leaving Mom drowning in bills. At 18, I was flipping burgers to help pay rent. By 24, I was juggling paralegal work with evening classes, every overtime hour, every denied vacation. It all built this life where I unravel corporate messes for strangers while my own family's chaos simmers just below the surface. My sister Sophia is 5 years younger, but the way our mom babies her, you'd think she was still in diapers. Where I was the responsible one, Sophia got to play the wild card, partying through college, bouncing between jobs as a marketing coordinator, then a real estate agent, always landing on her feet because someone else cushioned the fall. Me, usually. The maxed-out credit cards from impulse buys? I consolidated them. The fender bender that spiked her insurance? I footed the lawyer's bill. The loans for rent that vanished into weekend getaways? I wired the money. Always with Mom's voice echoing in my ear: "She's just figuring life out. Emily, be the big sister." Yeah, I knew exactly how she was entitled, reckless, and eternally grateful until the next crisis hit. But 8 months ago, the script flipped. Sophia met Ethan at a networking event for entrepreneurs. He ran a string of boutique fitness studios across the Midwest, flashed his Rolex, and drove an Audi. 2 months in. Engaged. For months. Married in a lavish ceremony I helped fund. And now, at 33, my chaotic little sister had nailed the one milestone that had slipped through my fingers despite all my careful planning. She was expecting. My fertility struggles had been a quiet hell: 2 years of treatments, hormone shots that left me bloated and broken, specialists murmuring about diminished ovarian reserve and unexplained factors. I'd poured my savings into it, only to face the void each time. Surrogacy? Too expensive. Adoption? I'd just started the paperwork, poring over agency sites late at night. But in our family's eyes, none of it measured up. No bump, no baby, no real womanhood. That morning, as I wrapped her gift, a custom-engraved silver rattle from a local artisan, something heirloom-worthy, my kitchen felt heavier than usual. I'd attended countless baby showers, forcing smiles through gritted teeth, cooing over onesies while my heart splintered. But I'd go. I'd play the supportive role. Because that's Emily, dependable. The fixer. The one who covered Mom's knee replacement last year and Sophia's emergencies, without question. I didn't realize this would be the breaking point. That my sister's words would carve a wound so deep it demanded retribution. All I knew was my steps dragged as I headed to my car, gift in tow. steeling myself to toast another miracle while mine faded into someday. The venue Ethan picked was Peak Pretension, a swanky club in the Chicago suburbs with crystal chandeliers and valet parking that screamed new money. Blue and silver balloons bobbed everywhere. A banner proclaiming "Baby Boy on Board" arching over the gift table. The crowd was familiar, Sophia's flaky friends from her failed startup phases, distant relatives who surfaced for free booze, and Mom presiding like royalty. "Emily," Mom swooped in, beaming. "Doesn't Sophia glow?" Motherhood looks so natural on her. I glanced over. Sophia lounged in a designer maternity gown that probably cost a month's rent, radiating that effortless joy I'd envied for years. For a split second, the bitterness eased. Maybe this kid would ground her, force some maturity. The event dragged on with the usual fluff, guessing games with melted candy bars and diapers, string measurements around her belly. I joined in, faking enthusiasm, acing the baby trivia because puzzles are my wheelhouse. It's what makes me lethal in mergers and acquisitions. Then the toasts began. Ethan's mom gushed about gaining a daughter-in-law and now a grandson. Friends spun tales of Sophia's journey, glossing over the wreckage I'd mopped up. Mom teared up, praising both my girls like we were equals. When Sophia rose, mocktail in hand, the room hushed. "Thank you all for sharing this," she said, her voice laced with that rehearsed charm. "Becoming a mom has shown me what's truly important, not just surviving, but thriving." Her eyes locked on mine. "And to my sister Emily, who's always been my rock. So accomplished, so in control. She's taught me you can have the corner office, the fancy condo, all the plans in the world." She paused, hand on her belly. "Even if you can't have kids of your own." The air sucked out of the room. Silverware clattered. Whispers ignited. Eyes drilled into me, pity mixed with morbid fascination. The kind reserved for public train wrecks. "But that's fine," Sophia plowed on, as if she hadn't just gutted me. "Not everyone's built for it. Some are meant for boardrooms. Like Emily. She'll be the ultimate Andy." "Right. I nodded, lips curved in a rictus grin. Because crumbling wasn't an option. The moment faded, chatter resumed. But the sidelong glances lingered. Poor Emily. All that success. No family. I slipped to the kitchen, pretending to help with cleanup, stacking plates to steady my hands. Sophia found me there, leaning casually against the counter, circling her belly like a trophy. "Thanks for showing up," she said breezily. "Of course," I muttered, focusing on saran wrap. "Hope I didn't put you on the spot. Just wanted folks to know you're cool with your thing." "My thing, infertility as a quirk, not a scar. I'm exploring adoption," I whispered. She chuckled, waving it off. "Oh, that's not the real deal. Kids need moms with that instinct, not just checklists. You'd run a household like a corporate merger, efficient but heartless." I stared, searching for remorse, but saw only condescension. "Some women aren't wired for motherhood," she echoed. "No shame in owning it. Nature knows best." "Thanks for the insight," I replied, voice eerily calm. She patted my arm, patted it, and sauntered off. In that sterile kitchen, amid party remnants, something snapped. Years of enabling, of being the ATM with a heartbeat, crystallized into resolve. No more. I stayed another hour, playing the part, then bailed with work excuses. In my car, watching the festivities through the window. Mom didn't even notice my exit. That night, insomnia hit hard. At 3 a.m., I dragged out old files from my home office, the Sophia dossier, I joked internally. Records of her financial train wrecks I'd kept for tax reasons. Or so I told myself. Spread across my table, 2017 credit statements from her post-breakup shopping binge, $18,000. I'd haggled down to $12,000 and paid. The 2019 lease buyout for her flop of a yoga studio, $28,000. Patterns emerged, the sobbing calls to mom. Mom's pleased to me. My checks with Sophia's vows of last time. I ran her credit report from last year. She'd authorized it for a loan app before Ethan. Defaults everywhere. Loans abandoned. All funneled to me for salvage. Laughter bubbled up. Bitter and raw. My fertility treatments? $65,000 down the drain over 2 years. Every cent scrimped for my future. Meanwhile, I'd shelled out over $90,000 on her chaos. Some women aren't meant to be mothers. The echo fueled me as I dug deeper. A fresh file caught my eye from 5 months back. Right before her wedding. She'd begged for help tidying finances before merging with Ethan. I'd set up plans. Spreadsheets. But now, a business reg for Evergreen Wellness LLC, Sophia's idea. She said, for family ventures. I drafted the papers. Checking the state registry, active. Add a PO. Fox. Not a real office. Sole member, her. But Ethan's brainchild? Odd. Why no joint names? My battery died. I plugged in and kept mining. By dawn, the mess revealed itself, not accidents, but choices. Enabled by my wallet and blind loyalty. Her shower speech? Not slip-up. Calculated. Frame me as the incomplete sister so no one questioned her windfall. A text from mom. T-checks for yesterday. Sophia loved you there. You're the best, big sis. Best for what? Bailouts? Humiliation? I ignored it. Staring at the paper trail. My litigator's gut screamed. Something bigger lurked. Opposing counsel always hid the bomb. Family was no different. Time to pull threads. The email pinged Tuesday amid a client merger review. From my bank's fraud alert. Urgent, suspicious activity. Not a flagged charge, worse. We detected a HELIC application on your property for $50,000. Listing you as co-applicant with Evergreen Wellness LLC. Verify. My condo paid off last year. My badge of independence. I hadn't applied. Hands shaking. I called fraud support. The app has your SSN. DOB. Security answers, all matches. Submitted online from Illinois IP. Send everything, I demanded. Documents arrived. My signature a forgery. Loops off. Pressure wrong. Income details spot on, stuff Sophia knew from years of advice sessions. Purpose. Business expansion. Contact email. emilyharperlaw@gmail.com, close to mine. A typo away. Rage boiled. $50,000. Using my home as collateral. My phone rang, Sophia. Voicemail. Hey M. T-checks again for the shower. Quick cue on that biz setup you did. Call back. Casual. Probing. I returned the call. Recording, old habit. Fine, I said flatly. Question. Yeah. That Evergreen thing, I might have mixed up names on forms. Ethan helped. Paperwork mess. No weird mails. Lie smooth as silk. What kind? You know. Loan stuff. Ignore if so, glitch. Glitch. Online forms suck. Gotta run cravings. Love ya. Click. Love? From a thief? I labeled a new folder, Sophia Fraud 2024. Inside, docs. Transcript. Then I dialed Sarah Klein. Ex-colleague turned DA specializing in financial crimes. Sarah. Emily Harper. Need a fraud investigator rec, discreet. Family involved. Sarah's pick was Elena Vasquez. Ex-FBI accountant who blended into crowds like a pro. We met at a Loop Cafe. She scanned my files. Sibling scams are epidemic. Guilt keeps victims silent. But this? Forgery. Shell Corp. Equity grab, premeditated. She had accomplices. Her husband owns gyms, Ethan Reed. Note taken. I'll trace both. This reeks of pattern. For weeks, I played normal, neutral texts. A tense family brunch where Sophia whined about nursery costs. A neutral card for her gender reveal post. Behind scenes, Elena unraveled horrors. They've pulled this before, she said at our follow-up. Handing a dossier. Not family, smarter. Ethan has 3 dissolved LLCs. Loans defaulted. 2 quiet settlements. Sophia's officer in 5 entities this year, all mailboxes. She's the front, her credit's trash. So low risk. And tell me, I murmured. Timeline. Setup started 3 months ago, right after you mentioned adoption at brunch. File rose. While I dreamed of a child. She plotted theft. Practice my sig while preaching real moms. Next steps? Document. Then ultimatum. Elena compiled records. Filings. Ethan's shady history. She found 2 more apps using my data tweaks. If unchecked, they'd have bled me dry. I hired fraud specialist attorney Marcus Hale Tough. No nonsense. Criminal or civil, he asked. Prep both. Not sweeping under rug? No more. I fortified, new banks. Credit freeze. Password overhauls. Then tallied my investments $124,000 over 12 years. Excluding the $50,000 attempt. Timeline annotated. Exploitation galore. Atop, civil suit draft for $174,000 plus fees. Criminal complaint for ID theft. Forgery. Signed. Notarized held. Instead, Marcus drafted settlement, restitution. Public apology in papers. No contact forever. Or charges fly. You're torching bridges, Marcus warned. Family fallout. I recalled brunch. Sophia's gripes while defrauding me. Mom's hint I chip in since no kids. Bridges were ash already. Elena confirmed their address. Upscale, Evanston McMansion. I hired a server, daytime. Visible. Petty? After public shaming. Yes. Served Wednesday. 1:45 p.m. Sophia's calls flooded 15 in an hour. Ignored. Texts, WDF? Mistake. Pregnant, stress. Mom rang, Emily. Suing? She's carrying your nephew. She forged me for $50K. Stunned silence. Impossible. Docs prove. But the baby. Offering settlement instead of cops. Gasp. Federal crime? Generous. Meeting Friday at Marcus's firm, neutral ground. Sophia. Ethan. Mom arrived. She looked polished. Belly prominent, half shield. Half prop. Recorded, Marcus stated. A sense. He projected evidence, forgeries. LLCs. Elena's fines. Ethan's priors. Absurd, Ethan barked. Emily agreed to invest. Never, I cut in. Not to fraud. Tears flowed, family. You have plenty, I'm building for baby. Thought you'd help. Manipulation peak. Help 12 years, $124K. See appendix. Gasps. Tracked? Mom wailed. Cold. Colder. Stealing while calling me Baron at your shower. Silence. Marcus pushed settlement. Restitution $174,000. Public notice in Tribune. Suburbs papers. Legal journal. No contact post pay. No contact. Mom clutched. Sister. Criminal, I said. Exploited trust. Ethan stormed. Ruin her? See family holidays. Note refusal, I told Marcus. File Monday. Wait, Sophia cracked. Payment plan? Baby. House. House on loans with my faked info? More apps exposed. 72 hours. They left in chaos. Marcus, she'll cave, practical. If not? Her shower words fueled me. I'd be the witness from hell. Saturday, 9:12 a.m., Sophia. Accept but terms. Marcus handles. Family ruined. Mom hates you. Vindictive over shower. They can pay then. Deal sealed fast. Ethan balked at notices. Marcus threatened biz exposure. $50,000 immediate. Liquidate assets. $5,000 monthly 24 months. Lien secured. Notice, Sophia Reed admits/apologizes for fraudulent loan attempts using sister Emily Harper's forged ID/info. Restitution ongoing. Factual. Ruinous to their facade. Signing, Sophia Solo with lawyer. Shaken. No glam. Hands trembled on pages. At no contact, forever? Baby? Comprehensive, Marcus said. But family. Should have thought pre-theft. She signed. Happy? Not. But safe. Notices ran. Backlash hit. Ignored messages. Mom's banned from events. Social exile. But adoption lawyer called. Notice doesn't hurt app. Shows boundary strength. Good for parent. Process resumed. Home visits. Evals. First payment dinged. Then monthly. I funneled to adoption fund. 3 months post-settlement. Word via Elena, Sophia birthed boy. Loki announce. Humiliation worked. Numbness settled, no hate. No joy. Just space. Adoption advanced, 5 months later. Courtroom for Mia. 18-month foster taught. Judge banged, mine. Biology irrelevant, choice everything. Payments ticked. Final one pre her son's first birthday. Transferred to Mia's trust, betrayal to legacy. That day. Anonymous email, Ethan's ex. Similar tale, forgery. Gaslight. Quiet divorce. Brave. Forwarded to Elena. Past bites. Days later. Mom called blocked number, don't hang. Not supposed to contact. Olivia's crumbling, Ethan blames. She's crashing here. Tired voice. You were right, enabling. Unfair burdens. Pause. Found she cloned my card too. Own mom. Pattern eternal. Sorry for everything. For choosing wrong. Thanks. How are you? Mia giggled in background. Good. Truly. Glad. Click. Evening. Bathing Mia. Mama strong. Yes. Sweetie. Later. Balcony wine. Sophia learning rock bottom. Ethan reputation shreds. Mom awakening. Here? Peace. Chosen family. Agency email. Sibling for Mia cleared. Next week. Another finalization. Olivia wrong. I was meant for this. Motherhood by fight. Not fate. Not her version. Kids as props. Mine. Commitment over blood. City hummed below. I toasted stars. Some women redefine motherhood. Breaking chains to claim it. Peace. Hard one. Mine.